Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to discussing about NISM-SERIES-VI depository operations mock test. First of all, let's see what is the actual exam pattern. Test duration is 2 hours, exam fee 1500, total number of questions are 100, maximum marks 100 marks, pass marks 60%, negative marks 25%, certificate validity is 3 years, and this is the link to register for the exam. First question, brokers, custodians registered with SEBI and approved by stock exchanges can open a clearing member account. These accounts are popularly known as option A, client settlement account, option B, collateral account, option C, Demat account, and option D, broker pool account. The correct answer is option D, broker pool account. Next question, restatementization is a process by which the mutual fund units held in electronic form are converted into physical form. State whether it is true or false. The correct answer is option A, true. A depository participant with respect to preservation of records and archiving of records. What is the preservation period for disclosures under the SEBI substantial acquisition of shares and takeovers regulations? Option A, permanent, option B, 5 years, option C, 8 years, and option D, 10 years. The correct answer is option C, 8 years. Which of the following organization transferred physical securities into electronic form? Option A, RBI, option B, SEBI, option C, Depository, and option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option C, Depository. Next question. Which of the following purpose that transfer of securities from one Demat account to another? Option A, transfer arising out of transmission and account closure. Option B, transactions between two accounts on mutually agreeable terms. Option C, for execution of off-market transaction. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. The interoperable CCs appoints a DVP agent who will be responsible for settlement of obligations. Then what is the full form of DVP agent? Option A, delivery versus payment. Option B, direct via payment through CC. Option C, delivery versus paid. And option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option A, delivery versus payment. Which of the following debt instrument issued by the corporate or financial institute? Option A, bonds. Option B, commercial papers. Option C, treasury bills. Option D, both A and B, and option E, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, both A and B, bonds and commercial papers. Scores platform is a web-based centralized system to capture which of the following complaints? Option A, suspended companies under liquidation or BIFR, etc. Option B, complaints those are sub-judice. Option C, complaints against a sick company or a company where a moratorium order is passed in winding up or insolvency proceedings. And option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. Next question. At least how much percentage of free issue capital of the company to be held by a certain set of investors to be eligible for listing its securities on the Innovators Growth Platform IGP? Option A, 10%, option B, 15%, option C, 20%, and option D, 25%. The correct answer is option D, 25%. An act to which market promotes the growth of the primary market and capital formation? Option A, money market, option B, bullion market, option C, secondary market, and option D, forex market. The correct answer is option C, secondary market. What is the full form of IDEAS? Option A, idea-based Demat account statement. Option B, internet-based depository account statement. Option C, internet-based Demat account statement. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option C, internet-based Demat account statement. Which of the following details client can change in the Demat account? Option A, bank details. Option B, nominee details. Option C, email address. And option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. Whose function to inform the depository about the corporate actions relating to prescribing dates for book closes, record dates, dates for redemption, etc. for the corporate actions? Option A, RNT agent. Option B, SEBI. Option C, issuer. And option D, both A and C. The correct answer is option D, both A and C, RNT agent or issuer. It is mandatory for all DPs to carry out IPV of their clients at the time of opening Demat accounts. Then what is the full form of IPV? Option A, individual person verification. Option B, identity proof verified. Option C, individual person KYC verification. And option D, in-person verification. The correct answer is option D, in-person verification. Next question. Ownership of the pledged or hypothecated securities remains with the until the pledge is invoked. Option A, pledgee, and option B, pledger. The correct answer is option B, pledger. Next question. To streamlining the process of public issue of equity shares, SEBI provides an efficient mechanism for raising funds by use of which payment mechanism with application supported by block amount. Option A, net banking. Option B, unified payments interface. Option C, NEFT. And option D, mobile banking. The correct answer is option B, unified payments interface. If transferee is not submit standing instruction form, then which form needs to be submitted by the transferee to receive securities into the account? Option A, delivery instruction slip. And option B, receipt instruction. The correct answer is option B, receipt instruction. Which of the following regulation aims at streamlining settlement process by transfer of ownership of securities electronically by book entry without making the securities move from person to person? Option A, Money Laundering Act. Option B, Depositories Act 1996. Option C, Companies Act 1956. And option D, SEBI Act 1992. The correct answer is option B, Depositories Act 1996. What is the deadline to CDSL for submit net worth certificate and audited financial statements? Option A, May 15th every year. Option B, November 15th every year. Option C, September 30th every year. And option D, immediately. The correct answer is option C, September 30th every year. What is the eligibility criteria of foreign portfolio investor applying for a depository participant? Option A, the applicant is a person not resident in India. Option B, the applicant is a fit and proper person based on the criteria specified in Schedule 2 of the SEBI Regulations 2008. Option C, the applicant is legally permitted to invest in securities outside the country of its incorporation or establishment or place of business. And option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. On the relevant cutoff date announced for the corporate action, the depository provides the details of the holdings of the beneficial owners to the issuer or its RNT agent. State whether it is true or false. The correct answer is option A, true. How many delivery instruction slips are issued to the BOs at the time of opening the Basic Services Demat account? Option A, 1. Option B, 2. Option C, 3. And option D, 4. The correct answer is option B, 2. What is the main feature of the tri-party agreement? Option A, the issuer shall not change, discontinue or substitute its RNT agent unless the alternative arrangement has been agreed to by the depository. Option B, the depository shall allocate unique identity codes to the securities issued by an issuer. Such code is called ISIN. Option C, both A and B. And option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option C, both A and B. In the ISIN code, the toll letter is B. Then what it indicates? Option A, company. Option B, central government security. Option C, state government security. And option D, mutual fund unit. The correct answer is option C, state government security. A beneficial owner may contract a loan against the securities owned by him. He may borrow from a bank or any other person. Then the borrower is called a option A, pledgee, and option B, pledger. The correct answer is option B, pledger. Arrange the following steps related to unilateral pledge closure procedure in the order. The correct order is mentioned in the option B. First step is pledger repays the loan to pledgee. Second step, pledgee gives a unilateral pledge closure request to his DP. Next step, pledgee's DP forwards the request to the depository. The pledgee is then closed. Next step, the depository informs the pledger's DP. The securities are moved from the pledged balance to free balances in the pledger's account. Next step, pledger's DP intimates the pledger. In which of the following corporate action the face value may change? Option A, subdivision. Option B, consolidation. Option C, both A and B. And option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option C, both A and B. Subdivision and consolidation. Face value change. Designated depository participant and the foreign portfolio investor shall be the same entity. Option A, stockbroker. Option B, custodian of the securities. Option C, RBI. And option D, R&T agent. The correct answer is option B, custodian of the securities. As per the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, all the intermediaries maintain records of all cash transactions above. Option A, 5 lakhs. Option B, 10 lakhs. Option C, 15 lakhs. And option D, 20 lakhs. The correct answer is option B, 10 lakhs. The Depositories Act 1996 deals with option A, promoting the development of the securities market. Option B, stock exchanges through a process of recognition and continued supervision. Option C, providing for maintenance of ownership records in a book entry form. Option D, issue, allotment and transfer of securities and various aspects related to company management. The correct answer is option C, providing for maintenance of ownership records in a book entry form. If BO submits repurchase or redemption request form by mentioning the amount, then who confirm the units up to or equivalent to the amount? Option A, stock exchange. Option B, RTA. Option C, clearing corporation. And option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option B, RTA. If the borrower fails to discharge his obligations under the agreement of hypothecation or for any other reason, the lender may invoke the hypothecation. State whether it is true or false. The correct answer is option A, true. Please check the following descriptor. In this descriptor, SR-B98 UMD indicates option A, issuer name, option B, issue number, option C, instrument name, and option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option C, instrument name. Who can apply for becoming a depository participants? Option A foreign bank operating in India with approval of the Reserve Bank of India. Option B, a non-banking finance company. Option C, a custodian of securities who has been granted a certificate of registration by SEBI. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. Who will do the registration of FPI and will carry out the necessary due diligence process and issue registration certificate to FEI? Option A, SEBI. Option B, depository Demat participant. Option C, designated depository participants. And option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option C, designated depository participants. The DP should reconcile its records with its depository on which basis? Option A, daily. Option B, weekly. Option C, monthly. And option D, bi-weekly. The correct answer is option A, daily. India has adopted dematerialization route through a depository. State whether it is true or false. The correct answer is option A, true. Under the Section 62 and Rule 12 of 10, which register to be maintained in the Companies Act? Option A, Form SH6 Register of Employee Stock Options. Option B, Form SH3 Register of Sweat Equity Shares. And option C, Index of Members. And option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option A, Form SH6 Register of Employee Stock Options. What is the full form of SCORES? Option A, SEBI Complaints Organization for Redress System. Option B, SEBI Complaints of Redress e-Online System. Option C, SEBI Complaints Redress System. And option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option C, SEBI Complaints Redress System. Allotment of ISIN code for G securities is done by option A SEBI, option B RBI, option C Depository, and option D none of the above. The correct answer is option B RBI. As per the Demat account opening guidelines, for non-residents and foreign nationals, which of the following document is mandatory? Option A copy of passport, option B overseas address proof, option C both A and B, and option D none of the above. The correct answer is option C, both A and B. Next question. Which one of the following comes under the non-cash corporate actions involve distribution of benefits? Option A interest, option B bonus issue, option C dividend, and option D all of the above. The correct answer is option B bonus issue. During the time when there was no demat of securities, for transfer of securities, which one was evidence of change of ownership? Option A proof of delivery, option B letter of acknowledgement from the transferee, option C endorsement of physical security. The correct answer is option C endorsement of physical security. The appointment of depository participant is subject to the conditions prescribed primarily under which regulation? Option A SEBI Depositories and Participants Regulations 2018, option B SEBI Act 1992, option C the Securities Contracts Regulation Act 1956, and option D none of the above. The correct answer is option A SEBI Depositories and Participants Regulations 2018. The pledge or hypothecation transactions between the pledgees and pledgers. Each of these transactions has to be identified separately by a unique system generated number is known as option A pledge account number, option B pledge transaction number, option C pledge sequence number, and option D none of the above. The correct answer is option C pledge sequence number. If corporate issue a bonus, then who will receive this bonus in case of securities are under the pledge or hypothecated? Option A pledger or option B pledgee. The correct answer is option A pledger. Next question. All the activities relating to issue of government securities are handled by the RBI through its option A initial offer, option B NFO, option C public debt office, and option D none of the above. The correct answer is option C public debt office. To open Demat account for illiterate person with a participant must affix the thumb impression on the account opening form as well as on the rights and obligations document. Then which hand thumb impression is required for female person? Option A right hand thumb or option B left hand thumb. The correct answer is option A right hand thumb impression is required for a female person. What are the services offered to basic services Demat account holders? Option A transaction statements, option B charges for statements, option C delivery instruction slip, and option D all of the above. The correct answer is option D all of the above. For Demat account, the client can nominate how many persons? Option A 1, option B 2, option C 3, and option D 4. The correct answer is option C 3. Which of the following regulatory authority provides direct and indirect control of virtually all aspects of securities trading and the running of stock exchanges and aims at preventing undesirable transactions in the securities? Option A the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 1992, option B the Securities Contracts Regulation Act 1956, option C the Depositories Act 1996, and option D Prevention of Money Laundering Act. The correct answer is option B the Securities Contracts Regulation Act 1956. A Demat account in the name of a company should be operated by the option A any employee in the company, option B finance manager, option C persons authorized by a resolution passed by its board of directors, and option D none of the above. The correct answer is option C persons authorized by a resolution passed by its board of directors. Transmission of securities held singly in the depository without nomination, then who can make request transmission of shares? Option A it is not possible to transmission without file nomination, option B legal heir, Option C, any person in the family, and option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option B, legal heir. In case of public issue for debt securities, allotment is mandatory in Demat form. State whether it is true or false. The correct answer is option B, false. In case of debt securities, issuer shall give an option to subscriber or investor to receive the physical certificates or hold the securities in electronic mode with the depository. What are the functions of depository? Option A, legal change of ownership of a security in the records of the issuer. Option B, converting securities held in physical form into electronic form. Option C, it handles corporate actions. It merely provides information to the issuer about the persons entitled to receive the corporate benefits. And option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. An investor who is holding government securities in electronic form in the depository's SGL2 account can convert them into physical certificates. That process is known as option A, rematerialization, option B, dematerialization, and option C, not allowed to convert. The correct answer is option A, rematerialization. What is the admission criteria of a clearing corporation? Option A, it has the operational capability to provide the services related to clearing and settlement of transactions pertaining to the securities admitted to the depository to be held in dematerialized form. Option B, it undertakes to cooperate at all times to redress the grievances of clients. Option C, it has adequate hardware and software systems to interact with the depository as specified in the business rules. And option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. HUF accounts can be opened with joint holders. State whether it is true or false. The correct option is false. HUF accounts cannot be opened with joint holders. The investor has the choice of holding certificate of deposit in a separate account or all holdings in one account. Is it yes or no? The correct answer is option A, yes. Which of the following is eligibility criteria to become a designated depository participant? Option A, the applicant is an authorized dealer category 1 bank authorized by the Reserve Bank of India. Option B, the applicant is a custodian of securities registered with SEBI. Option C, the applicant is a participant registered with SEBI. And option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. To provide legal counterparty guarantee and eliminate the risk, which one is creates? Option A, market regulation committee. Option B, investor protection fund. Option C, settlement guarantee fund. And option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option C, settlement guarantee fund. A Demat account can have maximum how many holders? Option A, 1. Option B, 2. Option C, 3. And option D, 4. The correct answer is option C, 3. What are the prerequisites for process the request of dematerialization of shares? Option A, the request should be made in the prescribed dematerialization request form. Option B, the holder of securities should have a beneficiary account in the same name as it appears on the security certificates to be dematerialized. Option C, the registered holder of the securities should make the request. And option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. Which of the following option indicates company serial number in the given ISIN number? Option A, INE, option B, 501A, option C, 019, and option D, 01. The correct answer is option B, 501A. Early pay-in facility shall not be applicable for settlement of mutual fund units through stock exchange. State whether it is true or false. The correct answer is option A, true. Which of the following comes under the category 1 foreign portfolio investor? Option A, asset management companies. Option B, government agencies. Option C, sovereign wealth funds. And option D, both B and C. The correct answer is option D, both B and C. The mode of operation of debt instrument in the depository is identical to that is followed for the equity segment. The only difference is that a debt instrument has a Option A, unlimited life, and option B, limited life. The correct answer is option B, limited life. Communications about the joint depository account are provided to which account holder? Option A, to all account holders. Option B, first account holder. Option C, second account holder. And option D, third account holder. The correct answer is option B, first account holder. Who has the authority to cancel the registration of a depository participant? Option A, RBI. Option B, SEBI. Option C, DEA. The correct answer is option B, SEBI. As per the Demat account opening guidelines, if any proof of identity or address is given in a foreign language, then translation into which language is required? Option A, foreign language only. Option B, English. Option C, local language. And option D, no need to translate. The correct answer is option B, English. An individual and body corporate can open a depository account in joint names. In case the first holder is a body corporate, then the account type will be option A, individual, option B, body corporate, and option C, group. The correct answer is option B, body corporate. Trading member or clearing member shall maintain separate client-wise ledger for funds and securities of clients availing margin trading facility. That separate account is known as option A, client margin trading securities account, option B, client unpaid securities account, option C, client collateral account, and option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A, client margin trading securities account. For change of name of Karta in the account of HUF to the new Karta, in place of the deceased Karta, the surviving members through the new Karta shall make a joint application to the depository participant. State whether it is true or false. The correct answer is option A, true. What is the full form of NSDL? Option A, National Shares Depository Limited. Option B, National Securities Depository Limited. Option C, National Stock Depository Limited. And option D, National Securities Depository Participant Limited. The correct answer is option B, National Securities Depository Limited. According to the SEBI Depositories and Participants Regulations 2018, which of the following securities are eligible for holding in dematerialized form? Option A, units of mutual funds. Option B, underlying shares of ADRs and GDRs. Option C, bonds. And option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. Every settlement number has a option A, trade beginning day. Option B, trade ending day. Option C, settlement pay-in day. And option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. The process of a broker or trading member submitting securities sold by him on behalf of his client to CC of a stock exchange is called option A, pay-in. Option B, payout. The correct answer is option A, pay-in. Issuer or RNT agent should send the physical share certificate to BO within how many days from the date of confirming the request in the depository system? Option A, 7 days. Option B, 15 days. Option C, 30 days. And option D, 45 days. The correct answer is option C, 30 days. If corporate issue a non-monetary benefit, then the shareholder do not indicate any choice to allot the shares in electronic or physical. Then what happened to his newly added shares? If shareholder holding shares in dematerialized form. Option A, issuer or RNT agent issues the securities in the physical form. Option B, issuer or RNT agent issues the securities in the electronic form. The correct answer is option B, issuer or RNT agent issues the securities in the electronic form. In case of capital reduction, securities credit is under the option A, new ISIN, option B, old ISIN. The correct answer is option A, new ISIN. The powers of the Department of Economic Affairs under the SERA are also concurrently exercised by option A, RBI, option B, SEBI, option C, MCA, and option D, IRDA. The correct answer is option B, SEBI. Procedure for dematerialization of debt securities is to that of equity shares. Option A, same. Option B, different. Option C, debt securities have not allowed to convert. The correct answer is option A, same. According to SEBI regulations, every depository is required to maintain the records and documents for a minimum period of option A 5 years, option B 6 years, option C 8 years, and option D 10 years. The correct answer is option C, 8 years. To dematerialize equity shares, the investor needs to have option A salaried person, option B Demat account, option C education person, and option D all of the above. The correct answer is option B, Demat account. Debt instrument input option means investor has an option of demanding repayment on the debt instrument at a time earlier than the final redemption date. State whether it is true or false. The correct answer is option A, true. If adequate balances do not exist in the account till the end of the day, then what happened to the instruction? Option A, instruction will fail. Option B, instruction will wait for the some other days until the balance received. The correct answer is option A, instruction will fail. Which of the following categories of securities are eligible for dematerialization as per SEBI Depositories and Participants Regulations 1996? Option A, bank fixed deposit. Option B, certificate of deposit. Option C, national savings certificate. And option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option B, certificate of deposit. On issue of secured debentures, the issuer initially allots till the charges are created. On creation of the charge, which debenture certificates are issued? Option A, debenture certificate letter of allotment. Option B, letter of allotment debenture certificate. Option C, letter of allocation debt certificate. And option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option B, letter of allotment debenture certificate. In case there are no transactions in any of the mutual fund folios and Demat accounts, then consolidated account statements with holding details shall be sent to the investor on which basis? Option A, monthly. Option B, quarterly. Option C, half-yearly. And option D, yearly. The correct answer is option C, half-yearly. The standard format of the rights and obligation document is provided by option A, SEBI, option B, RBI, option C, DP, and option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A, SEBI. Who is responsible for the accuracy and correctness of all information furnished by it in the prescribed format to the depository? Option A, R&T agent. Option B, depository. The correct answer is option A, R&T agent. The entity is required to redress the grievance within how many days, failing which the complaint shall be registered in scores? Option A, 15 days. Option B, 30 days. Option C, 45 days. And option D, 60 days. The correct answer is option B, 30 days. Depositories have provided a facility to shift in mass all the accounts from one city to machinery another city. This facility is called option A, shifting accounts, option B, transfer shares, option C, mass shifting facility, and option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option C, mass shifting facility. What are the benefits to investors by filing complaints on scores? Option A, speedy redressal of the grievances. Option B, effective communication. And option C, both A and B. The correct answer is option C, both A and B. The depository participant should submit periodic returns to SEBI as format specified by the SEBI or the bylaws of the depository. Then what is the CDSL deadline for submitting internal or concurrent audit report? October and March. Option A, May 15th of every year. Option B, March 31st of every year. Option C, April 30th of every year. And option D, immediate. The correct answer is option A, May 15th of every year. Treasury bills have a maturity period of option A, more than 1 year. Option B, up to 1 year. The correct answer is option B, up to 1 year. In case of joint accounts, the PAN of first holder should be enough. State whether it is true or false. The correct answer is option B, false. Here, PAN should be required for all the joint holders. At the time of dematerialization, separate dematerialization request forms DRFs have to be submitted for in which case? Option A, each ISIN. Option B, securities locked in for different reasons. Option C, free and locked in securities. And option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. In the process of dematerialization, the dematerialization request form should be signed by in case of joint holding. Option A, only first holder is enough, and option B, all joint holders. The correct answer is option B. All joint holders should be signed on the dematerialization request form. Account freezing means option A, cancel the Demat account. Option B, reject the Demat account at the time of opening. Option C, suspending any further transaction from a depository account till the account is unfrozen. The correct answer is option C, suspending any further transaction from a depository account till the account is unfrozen. Now it's a time to ask a question for you. The question is, the appointment of depository participant is subject to the conditions prescribed primarily under which regulation? Option A, SEBI Intermediaries Regulation 2008. Option B, SEBI Act 1992. Option C, the Securities Contracts Regulation Act 1956. And option D, SEBI Depositories and Participants Regulation 2018. Please mention the answer or option in the comments. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe for more videos.